Hi everyone, welcome to day 2 of 30 days ML challenge by Kaggle. So in this video I'm going to discuss about the day 2 tasks. What are we going to learn? So we're going to learn about the basics of Python, about the Python syntax, and then we need to do a hands-on exercise. So I'll just start with this chunk of code. So what I'll do, apparently I'll just copy paste this thing into REPL and we'll try to see what this code is doing apparently. So this is the first thing is the variable assignment. So the spam amount is the name of the variable which is assigned to 0, right? So if we run this code, it won't print anything because it's not asking it to print. So if we go to this thing, the next line, print spam amount. So the spam amount is equal to 0 and we are asking Python to print that thing for us, right? So the next part of the code is it's asking that spam amount is equal to spam amount, that is 0 plus 4. So if now we ask it to print this thing, print spam amount, and if now we run this part of code, you'll see it will give us 4. So it's 0 here and it's 4 at this part. So if we move on to the next part of the code, it says if spam amount is equal to, if spam amount is greater than 0, print I don't want any spam. So here the spam amount is equal to 4. Let me see what it prints. Okay, so if I just run this part of code here only, oops, that's my bad. That is the issue with Python, that you really have to go with the indentation thing. And if we just comment this part and then we try to run this code right now, yep, but I don't want any spam. If spam amount is greater than 0, so here the spam amount is equal to 4, so it's greater than 0, so it's printing I don't want any spam. If we jump on to the next part, it says Viking song is equal to spam multiply by spam amount. So spam here is a string, multiply by spam amount means this variable, and the value of this is 4 right now. So if we look into this thing, now we run the complete program. So it will print 3 different outputs. The first one is print 0 after this, and then the second one is I don't want any spam, and the fourth is it will print spam 4 times. So spam is a string, spam amount means that multiply this string 4 times, so it's spam 4 times. So this is the really basic chunk of code which they are trying to explain here. I'll drop this link in the description box so that you can also go through this. So this is the output. Yep, that's right. So they have explained about this thing, that spam amount is equal to 0, that's a variable, and then what's happening in the code, we have already discussed that part. And if we jump on to the next thing, it's about number and arithmetics in Python. So we can check the file type, not the file type, sorry, we can check the variable type, what's the type of the variable, by using the type function. And these are the basic operator list. I have already added this operator list in my blog, so you can really go through my blog and see the complete detail of this thing. I'm not going to discuss about that. And then just a basic thing like 5 divided by 2, 6 divided by 2, it will print the output. So this operator, double backslash operator, give us a result that rounded down to the next integer. So like if you see here, it's 5 divided by 2 is 2.5, but it's rounded to the next integer 2, 3, in the second case 6 divided by 2. Order of operation, so PEMDAS, PEMDAS. So this thing is like, if we go to this parenthesis, exponent, multiplication, division, addition and subtraction. So if we look into this thing, the first thing will happen here is addition or subtraction. So it will be 8 minus 3, 5 plus 2, 7. Similarly here, so they have given a really simple example here for us to understand how things work here. So if you look into this program, it says hat height is equal to 25, my height is equal to 190. Now the total height is equal to hat height plus my height divided by 100. So what's happening here is, if you go to this thing, PEMDAS, and you see the first thing happen is multiplication or division, after that comes addition and subtraction. So in the division part, if you look here, the value of my height is 190, and divided by 100, that's 19. 1.9, that's 1.9 plus 25, that's equal to 26.9. That is the wrong result. They don't want these things. They are saying if we use the parenthesis here, so let's say if we use the parenthesis here and then divide it by 100, so what it doing is right now here is that it's adding this thing 190 plus 25, that's equal to 215, and then dividing it by 100, so that's 2.15. Similarly, they are discussing about some built-in function in Python: min, max, float, and int. Print is a function. So this is the only thing which they have discussed in day 2 of 30 days of ML challenge. Really basic stuff. We'll jump on to Python exercise now. Let's see what we have to do in this exercise. It's about syntax, variables, and numbers. So let's jump on to this exercise. So the first chunk of code is you have to print two things. You have successfully run some Python code, and then print congratulations. So this is a Jupyter notebook. Those who don't know, Jupyter notebook is really popular in data analysis. It's commonly used to like go through the code and just to make sure that visualization is done proper. It's really helpful and handy. We'll see this thing in the future classes. And then this is they are importing some libraries. Print setup complete. Yep. So we'll jump on to question 0 here, right? It says create a variable called color with an appropriate value on the line below. So we will create a variable called as color here. Right. Check your answer. Yep, it says incorrect answers, right? So if you didn't get the right answer, you can uncomment this code and look at the hint or the solution directly. So your favorite color rhymes with blue. So the only color which rhymes with blue is blue. We'll write blue here. Yep, so it's correct. So this was just a basic exercise of variable assignment, how you can assign the variable. And if we jump on to the next part here, it's about mathematical operations. So they want us to create a variable called radius, okay, which is equal to half the diameter. Now the next part is create a variable called area using the formula for the area of the circle, that is pi times radius square. Check the answer. We'll run this chunk of code. Correct. So our answer is correct here. You can always see the solution if you go to the next chunk of code and see, right? Radius is this, area is this, right? So we'll jump onto this part. It says that don't touch this part, right? These are the lists. For now, just know that they are yet another type of Python object, and we'll talk about them in depth a few lessons from now. So yep, so they are going to discuss the list in the upcoming lesson, so we'll discuss about that later on. So your code goes here: swap the values to which a is equal to b, a and b refer. If you get stuck, you can always uncomment to get the hint and everything. So let's see, what can we do? We'll go here, we'll declare a new variable with the name of c, because we need to swap all the details. B is equal to a, b, and then b is equal to c. Let's run this code and see if it has swapped everything or not. Yep, so the answer is correct. The most straightforward solution is to use a third variable to temporarily store one of the old values. So that's right. So the next question is 3a. Add parenthesis to the following expression so that it evaluates to 1. So I think I have discussed about this thing, if you remember the concept of pandas. So they want us to add the parenthesis to the following so that it evaluates to 1. So we will add 1 parenthesis here. So 5 minus 3, 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1, right? We can check our solution if we want to. Yeah, it's all good. So again, so the next part is add the parenthesis to the following expression so that it evaluates to 0, right? Again, we need to follow the concept of pandas. That's first it comes with the parenthesis, then exponential, then multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So we need to evaluate this thing to 0. So it will be 3 multiplied by 2 is equal to 6. So, and then we'll add these ones. That'll be, so 3 multiplied by 2 is 6, 1 plus 1 is 2, so it will be 8 minus 6, 2, 2 minus 2, 0. Yep, it's 0. We can also look at the solution given by them. Yep, so it's in one solution. That's also one way to do it, but definitely the way which we have done is also right. So the next is that they have already declared 3 variables. Your code goes here: replace the right hand side of this assignment with an expression involving Alice candies, Bob candies, and Carol candies. Right. So what we need to do here is we just need to add these 3 variables, and once that part is done, we need to divide them by 3 because they need to divide the candies by 3. If you look into this problem, it says Alice, Bob, and Carol have agreed to pool their Halloween candy and split it evenly among themselves for the sake of their friendship. Any candies left over will be smashed. For example, if they collectively bring home 91 candies, they'll take 30 each and smash one. So these are the number of candies. If we divide this by 3, right, I think I might have accidentally deleted this variable, so it should be smash. Sorry, I think sorry, that's my bad. It should be %3 because that's what we need to print here. Correct. You can always look at the solution. Yep, that's right. So this was for day 2 of 30 days of ML challenge. I'll see you guys tomorrow with day 3 ML challenge.